everyone. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Christy Archer of Christy Archer Designs, and this is my mostly knitting podcast. If you are new here, thank you so much for popping by. I am excited to have you visit with me for a little bit. I hope I can inspire you. If you like what you see here, I would love to have you subscribe. And if you are not new here, welcome back. You know how much I deeply, deeply appreciate you, each and every one of you. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this video enough to give it a thumbs up. That would be fantastic as well. Okay, you can find me on Instagram as Christy Archer Designs with the number 1 after it. And you can find me on Ravelry as Christy Archer Designs. And you can find me on Knit Picks as Christy Archer Designs. Okay, this is a very standard format. I am going to start with my finished object. This is episode number 44. And last time I had the body and the yoke and body done of this item, and I now have the sleeves done. So this is a cardigan for my daughter, and it is a modified version of the everyday cardigan, which is now available. I am so excited that I have finally got this released. So I will pop a picture up here real quick of what it looks like unmodified. And then this version, my daughter wanted it cropped, and she wanted big balloon sleeves, sort of, but not really. So anyway, and she did not want buttons. So this one does not have buttons, but there are her big fluffy sleeves. And the front of the cardigan. And the other sleeve. And I am so excited to have this off the needles so that she can enjoy wearing it. This is a top-down construction. You pick up the button band after you finish the yoke and the body. All of the trim is 1x1 rib, and it is finished off in an Italian bind off. And like I said, the actual pattern calls for buttons, but with this one being cropped and she had not planned on closing it, we decided to omit the buttons. And yeah, so it is a very straightforward, everyday cardigan, hence the name. It is done out of the original pattern is done out of a wool cotton blend DK yarn. I think in my past videos I've said it was worsted. It is DK. And then it is held with a silk mohair. So it is Knit Picks Woolen Cotton and Knit Picks Aloft. This one is done out of Lion Brand's Wool Ease in the colorway Wheat, and it has this really neat, it's not tweed, it's like little hairs that have been woven into the fiber, and the fiber, the yarn, the base of the yarn is like a natural color, and then the fibers that are woven into it, or spun into it I should say, are black, and then this camel kind of color. Let me see. Anyway, it finishes up to a really neat fabric. I had initially started it for myself and decided that the base color is just not a good color for me. So I asked my daughter if she wanted it, and she said yes. So I just finished it up to her specs, and she loves it. So That is my one and only, well, I shouldn't say my one and only FO. This is my only finished knitted object this week. I did do a little bit of sewing this week, and I will show you real quick. I found some fabric from Hobby Lobby, and when I saw it, I had to have it. So I made this bag, and I purposely did not put a handle on it because I just don't use them. My projects stay stacked up on a shelf normally, and sorry, I have an itch. So it's not like I carry them around or anything. They just go from where they're stored to my knitting area. I'm one of those people, I basically have one spot that I knit in. So anyway, made this. And the inside, I did put an open pocket and some coordinating fabric, and I love it. So I loved it so much that I got enough to make some pillows for my sofa, because my sofa is an ivory color. And it's so hard to find fabric to go with it. And this having the ivory background, it is absolutely perfect. I am actually going to go back and get enough fabric to do a throw as well. And I'm going to do this fabric on one side and then the blue on the other side. And I have little slipper chairs in the living room, and the blanket will go in one of the little slipper chairs. So I made 2 of the pillows and the bag. So I did some sewing this week. Oh, sorry, I leaned that on my tripod. And those are it for finished objects. Now I'm going to go into whips, but the first thing I'm going to go into is a project I started and shared last time, and I'm loving the project. However, I was knitting and watching TV, and normally I can do that without any issues. It's just stockinette. I was doing raglan increases, no big deal. But for some reason, I messed up 3 of the raglan increases. And because the type of increases I was doing, I could not drop down and fix them. I tried. I got 2 of them fixed okay. The third one was so far back that I had to rip out so many stitches because I was doing lifted increases. I couldn't drop down just the 1 row. I had to drop down the 1 row before that, and all the stitches after that up to the stitch marker. So I ended up having to frog it. I'm so sad. Frogged it and recaked it. And so yeah, I will be going back and making the Cumulus blouse by Petite Knit. 3rd time's a charm. This was my 2nd attempt. First attempt, my stitches were too tight. My stitch gauge was too tight. And that one, I messed up 3 of the increases, and me being me, I can't have mistakes in my knitting. It drives me crazy. So that one is being put on hold. I am going to do it, but in the meantime, I cast on another cardigan. I had planned on doing a solid black one next, but I've got fabric to do a pattern, which I showed the first rendition of it last time, the winter's weather cardigan, and I'll pop a picture up of that. The first one finished. That one is done out of a fingering and mohair. The second one is done out of a sport weight yarn, and it is being striped. And oh my gosh, I am having so much fun with this. Cannot wait to show you. I would be further along, but I wanted to finish this, so I'm glad I got that done now. I can just full steam ahead with this, and yeah, trying to get it, the best way to share. Okay, so this is my winter's weather cardigan, rendition 2, and I am obsessed. Just so obsessed. This is done out of high desert wool, sport weight. And I'm using 2 different colorways. One of them is lava and the other is, I knew I couldn't go an episode without putting on my glasses. Let's see. Okay, lava fields and alder. Okay, let me show alder. Oh, there it is, alder. And lava fields right there. So this is a very enjoyable project. Let me take my glasses off. I love how this cardigan fits. If you are new here, it is from a pattern that I have done previously in fingering weight, and this one is in sport weight, and I think I'm going to do a worsted weight version as well. That way it kind of covers all yarn weights. Sorry, I'm dealing with threads and yarns and floss. But anyway, this is just a gently fitting cardigan. And when I say gently fitting, it's not fitted, but it's not oversized like the everyday cardigan is oversized. It has a very roomy fit. This has a roomy fit, but it is also, it's not as overfit. But anyway, love this, and cannot wait to get the pattern written up. I think I have it on my schedule to write up either this weekend or next week. And so yeah, that should be coming soon. I just realized I forgot to bring something. If you can give me just a moment, I am going to run get it. Hold please. Okay, so I have shown this before, but the reason I'm showing it again is it is finally ready for testing. I hope to start the testing this week, fingers crossed, but I wanted to share it, and if you are interested in testing this, I will leave a link below where you can sign up for the testing. And this is another everyday sock pattern of mine, and this one is called Windows. I think it's Windows to the Soul. I can't remember what I named it. I made this quite a while back, way before Christmas. I just have not had the opportunity to write it up. So anyway, this one's been done for a while, and okay. So anyway, this is coming very soon, and if you're interested in testing, definitely sign up below. I only require 1 sock to be tested. It comes in sizes toddler all the way up to XXL. So I, of course, tend to have a harder time finding the super small sizes and the super large sizes. If you know of anybody that can use either of those sizes, I would love to have you test for me. So coming soon. Wow, talk about a short episode today. Oh, I did not talk about what I am wearing. I am wearing my Sticks and Stones cardigan. I just recently finished this, shared it last week. I got the buttons on. I ended up having to go with different buttons because the metal ones that I used on my everyday cardigan, they had 2 holes. Well, when you went down in size, they had 4 holes, and the holes are smaller. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get my tapestry needle through. So I chose these buttons. Let's see if I can share them. I hope that shows. But anyway, I do like these a lot. As a matter of fact, I ended up putting these same buttons on the winter's weather cardigan. But I will stand up real quick and show you this. I love this cardigan. I love this pattern. This is going to be worn a lot. This is done out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes, worsted in colorway cobblestone. I love everything about this. This one's going to get a lot of use in my wardrobe. So let me stand up and I will show you. Okay, I hope you can see it. This is a top down, starting with the neckband, so you don't have to pick up for the neckband. Raglan construction, work down, separate the sleeves, work the body. It has a huge garter band that is just so easy to wear. You don't have to worry about it pulling in on you like 1x1 ribbing does. I'm also getting ready to do a second version of this. I'm going to do a V-neck version. This one is a crew neck. Once you're done with the band, the rib garter band, you'll pick up and do a 1x1 rib for your button bands, and then do your sleeves, and the sleeves end in a garter ridge as well. However, I ran out of yarn with this one because I ended up making it a little bit longer, but I really do like the length that it ended up being. So I think for my next ones, I'm going to get an extra skein of yarn and make them a little bit longer, but have enough to do the garter cuff as well, because I really do like the look of the garter cuff. So that is the Sticks and Stones cardigan. Okay, I just wanted to quickly show how I ended up finishing this because I didn't have enough fabric, enough yarn. So I ended up doing a 1x1 ribbed cuff. And as always, I finish off my 1x1 rib in Italian bind off. So that is that. This is just a nice classic silhouette that is so easy to wear. It can be dressed up for work if you work in an office. It can be just running around the house, running around town. It really does fit everyone's wardrobe. So if you have not given it a try yet, I highly recommend it, and I will link it below. I think that is actually it for today. Next week, I hope to come back with another finished cardigan, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will have my Cumulus blouse cast on again. We'll see how that one turns out, but I'm hoping third time's a charm on that. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a few minutes. If you will pop a comment below and just let me know that you stopped by, that would be great. I'd love to know what you're working on. And if you did enjoy this video and have not done so yet, please give it a thumbs up. And I would also love to have you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know as soon as I have a new release. And I will also put in the description box my newsletter sign up. I always send out newsletters every time I post a new video. Have a new pattern, have testing calls, anything and everything. I always share that in my newsletters. And I think that's it. Oh, one other thing I did this past week, or actually two, I did 2 knitting tutorials. So one of them is for how to finish off. Okay, I didn't do this one so that I could show you. The way I write my patterns, you end up with this huge hole right here. And then I did a video tutorial to show you how to close it up where it is completely, there's no hole, no gap. It closes up beautifully. So I did a tutorial on that. And then I also did a tutorial on my button bands and how I do a 3-row buttonhole. And how I do my Italian bind off, because the way I do my 1x1 ribbing, I always start with 2 knit stitches and end with 2 knit stitches on the right side. So when you're doing your Italian bind off, the beginning and end are just ever so slightly different. So I go over that as well. If any of those topics interest you, definitely check out those videos. I'll have them linked here at the end of this video. You can just click on either one of them and give them a watch. So that's it for today. Again, thank you for stopping by, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Bye.